came along. Y'all feeling something?
All right, good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a good day today. All three market indices up today. Now, before I get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. All right, with that, as you know, we are going to go over the SPY. Then we are going to go over the stocks that I did recommend from yesterday, and then I will go into the three stocks that are setting up technically really nicely going into tomorrow and into next week. All right, with that, let's go right into the SPY. So as you know, we made a 52-week high today, and if you remember from yesterday's show, I said, watch how we gap. If we gap higher and we take out that first 30-minute candle, there's going to be a high probability that we will, take out that old 52-week high from the 21st of December, guys. And that's exactly what happened. Now we closed near the highs of the day. So there's going to be a high probability for tomorrow, since we closed near the high of the day, that we're going to see a continuation of this rally right here. So watch what happens tomorrow. There might be some profit taking, so don't be too concerned. We're following this 10 SMA real nicely. I mean, we've challenged that midpoint Bollinger Band right here a couple of times on the SPY. We've held it really nicely. So again, we might see a sell off after an initial up, a gap up tomorrow, but don't be too concerned. I really do think we are setting up to make higher highs going into next week. Okay, that is the SPY. All right, let's go quickly into the four stocks that I actually recommended from yesterday, and the first one was FUBO. All right, so if you remember from yesterday's show, I said I really do like the way we held that 50-day moving average and be a buyer at the open tomorrow, and then after that first 30-minute candle, or if it takes out the previous day's high. So I did I did buy right at the open, and then I did buy more as it took out the previous day's high. So I am long FUBO, and I am using this 50-day moving average right here at 2610 as my out price right here. So you know what? Before I go into the other three stocks, I do want to say one thing. One of our subscribers said, once you get in a position, how do you know when to get out, right? So you got to use these moving averages. So it's either going to be that 10 moving average, that 50-day moving average, or that midpoint Bollinger Band right here. So it depends where you finally see that support and why you're buying in it. And if you're buying it because you're playing that 10 SMA, you clearly sell when you get below that 10 SMA. If you're playing the midpoint Bollinger Band, you sell once it breaches that midpoint Bollinger Band. Now, I am playing this one at that 50-day moving average, and it needs to hold that 50-day moving average right here. So I used that as my stop out right there, okay? So that's how you play it. Depending on where you buy, that's your stop is going to be based on where you buy the security. So in this instance, we are playing it off this 50-day moving average right here. So then again, any close below that 50-day moving average will be my sell. Okay? To my subscriber, hopefully that answers your questions. All right. The next stock that I had recommended from yesterday was PLL. Full disclosure, I do own this one from a much lower price, and this one had a great day today. It was up 16%, closed near the highs of the day. I love it. We're up here on this Bollinger Band, this upper Bollinger Band. Shorts are going to probably capitulate, certainly if we continue to go higher and send the stock higher. Again, I do think we are in this really nice uptrend. There's so many nice things that are going on right here. The 10 is above the 50 moving average, and that 50 is above that 200-day moving average. And anyone who knows and watches the show, we have to have those three things going on in order to have a really nice uptrending chart. That's what's going on in PLL. We're above this VPOC right here. That is that version point of control. We're still far off from that value area high right here, so we still have a ways to go, but I really do think this stock is going to be bought up on pullbacks, especially now. This is the instance where are we playing this, right? Is it the 10, the midpoint, and or the 50-day moving average? So for me, I am long from much lower pricing. I am going to use this 50-day moving average right down here as my stop price. So I'm going to give this a little bit of room, right? Now, again, I might take a little bit of profit if I see a little bit of weakness, knowing that I have a lot of these moving averages below me. The 50 clearly down here. So if I see it trending lower, I might trim my position a little bit. But now once you're in and you have a nice little cushion, this is all free money at this point. So again, going back to what our subscriber had asked, it all depends where you got in. If you got in, for example, right here on the 4th, when you saw that we busted through that 10-day moving average and you wanted to get long here, you probably want to use this 10 moving average right down here, right? So it depends, again, where you get long. It also depends on what moving average you want, in my opinion, to use as your stop price. Okay, that's PLL, still long, never pulled back like I thought it would. The market was too strong. I really do see this going a lot higher if you're in it. Second stock that I had recommended from yesterday was BB, BlackBerry. I did say if you want to get long, the risk right here is actually really nice. I did say be a buyer above today or yesterday's high, and if you got long above 691. You are right here at it closed at 706. So again, I mean, you haven't made a lot of money right now, but then again, this is the initial position. This is when it's just the beginning of your position, right? So this is more of a swing trade. You're using, because you're making higher highs at this point. You're above that 10 moving average right here. So again, I would use at this point like the that 650 or that 50-day moving average as my out. I do want to give this a little bit of room to run. Okay, that is BB. If you're in it, hang on tight. And again, use this 50-day moving average right down here as your stop price. Anything below that. Last stock that I kind of recommended yesterday. I said, I really like it as a long-term trade. Try to buy it on a pullback. Hopefully, you didn't have that FOMO, fear of missing out, and you bought near the high of the day. But it doesn't matter. I really do think this going forward is going to be a really good trade. It probably be bought on pullbacks. Again, we have that 10 SMA above the 50 and that 50 above the 200. We're right here above the value area high. The only thing what I see right here, we gapped up. We're way outside this Bollinger Band. We're so far above that's why we've seen these little red candles, because we are in such an overbought territory. But you know what that means? That means we may bounce around here and let these moving averages move up before we make higher highs, and that's okay, right? So again, try to buy this on pullbacks. If you're lucky and maybe there's a big flush and you could buy this down here at that value area high at 989, that'd be a great initial entry. But watch this very closely. Put this on your on your watch list and put some alerts and buy this when it gets to that 10 SMA or when it gets to that midpoint Bollinger Band. Okay, that is TLRY. All right, guys, let's go into the 3 stocks that look extremely promising going into tomorrow, and then I will let you go for the night. First stock, here's one that we've played in the past, looks really good going forward. It is ESPR. ESPR had a really nice day today, up over 6% today. So I did draw this trend line from that 52-week high. As you can see, it hit this about 4 different times, based here real nicely. So again, we've breached above that trend line, and that is a major sign right here. And we've bounced around and based here, for a lack of a better word. And guys, look what happened. That 10-day moving average crossed that 50, and that's the initial point of when you see a trend reversal. This hasn't happened in a very long time, where that 10 crossed that 50. That point of control right here, that's where the majority of shares for that last year have been traded. So 28.56 is where most of those trades have been traded. And that's a great sign that we are above that value virgin point of control. And so I think this from now on will be bought on pullbacks. Okay. So again, for tomorrow, try to be a buyer, above today's high, and then clearly use that confluence of those 2 moving averages right down there, which happen to be about 28.55 as you're out. Okay, that is ESPR. Next stock that has a very similar chart is STNG. This is one that I've played in the past. Had a beautiful day today, up almost 10%. Look how similar this looks with ESPR. After that 52-week high, it's come down, based here for a long time. That 10 is above that 50. That virgin point of control, we are above that. Guys, we're going to see a lot of buying coming into here. I really do think all the selling that we saw in the last 1 or 2 months at the end of last year was everyone who bought in up here, who took these tax losses at the end of the year, right? Now, who's in the stock is in the stock, wants to be in the stock. So all the sellers are pretty much out of this name, and you're probably going to see higher prices going forward. So put this on your list. Try to buy this on a pullback. I really do think this one's going to be a really nice winner for us in April and May of this year. It's going to be a really good swing trade. All right, last stock on the list. This is one a little more volatile for my friends who like that volatility, who like that speculative name. This one's called UAVS, real small market cap of 475 million. Wow, big day today, guys, up 42%. I'm not recommending to buy this today, but let's watch this on a pullback, maybe back down to this 10 SMA right here, see how this plays out. A lot of shorts in this name. This is in that UV, or not in that UV space, in that drone space right there. A lot of rumors that they have some partnership with Amazon, and they're going to be the lead supplier for those drones for Amazon. So again, this could be another situation like Blink Charging or Switchback Energy, where this can really, really, really fly. No pun intended. Okay, so that is UAVS. Put it on your list. I am going to highlight this time to time when I see where there's good buys in this one. Clearly this could have been a really nice buy on that pullback from 872 when we saw that come all the way back down. But I was hoping that we would catch that midpoint Bollinger Band right down here. It never got back down there, and then we had that monster rally today. So again, it's on my list. I'm not going to buy it right away tomorrow or anything. To me, it's just one of those stocks that I want you to have on the list so you can watch it very closely, because this can be a monster runner for us. Okay? All right, guys. Wow, that was a lot. All right, so again, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. My name is Eric, and you could reach me by just writing, by leaving a comment down below on any technical analysis or any questions you may have. Please feel free to leave them down there, and I will be sure to get back to you as quickly as possible. Again, I do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. And if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think that you're going to get a lot of valuable information, and I think one day you're going to be able to trade your own setups. All right, everyone, have a great night. I will see you tomorrow after the close. And remember, trade smart and be safe.